Hello everyone, you're watching PC Helper and welcome to another video in the Python 3.9 tutorial series. If by the end of this video you feel like you have learned something today, then please leave a like and also don't forget to subscribe to PC Helper for regular content. So in this video we'll be talking about recursion, which is a very important topic. So let's talk about what is recursion. In the last video, we talked about factorial on how to make program of finding a factorial of any number. So this is the program for that. If you missed that video, then you can watch that video. But first of all, let's talk about what is recursion. So if a function is called by itself, so let's say we have this factorial function here, and if this factorial function calls itself inside the function only, then this will be called recursion. So let's take an easier example here. So let's say we have a function named, let's say, hello. And what this function will do is, it will just simply print hello. So let's print hello. So that's it. That's what this function will do. So if we will call this function, we know we will get hello as an output. As you can see, we got hello as an output. But now, if we call hello inside this function also, then what will happen is, first of all, this function will be called and then it will start executing hello. It will print hello, but inside hello, it will again call hello. So it will again be executed, it will again print hello, but inside hello it will again call hello and it will again print hello. So there will be an infinite loop which will be started because of it. So this concept of calling a function within itself is called recursion. So as this function hello is calling itself inside it, this is called recursion. And now let's execute this program. So as you can see, we got this output and hello was printed a lot of times, but then we got an error. And the error is saying maximum recursion depth exceed while calling a Python object. And it is also written Python line repeated 993 more times. So the reason why it was printed is because there is a limit in Python on how many times recursion can take place. We can obviously change this limit also, but initially the limit is 1000 times. So hello will be printed 1000 times, recursion will take place 1000 times, and after it will show an error. And the reason why there is a limit in Python on recursion is because let's say we have a website and we by mistake have called a function inside the function and recursion loop has started. And if we are working on a website or any other application, and if there's an infinite loop like this, then the application will crash because of this infinite loop, because it will take all the memory of the device on which you are using that application or website. So that's why there is a limit which is by initially set to 1000 on how many times recursion can take place in Python. And to verify that how many times recursion can take place in Python, we can simply just check it. So we have to first of all import a module named sys, and we can simply print sys dot what was it? It was get recursion limit. It was yes, here it is. As you can see, we can print sys dot get recursion limit, and I deleted the line in which we were calling this function because we don't need this function right now. So now when I will print it, you can see that recursion limit is set to 1000. And if you want to change this limit, you can simply change it by using sys dot set recursion limit. And you can simply write here, let's say we want to change it to 1500. We want recursion to take place minimum 1500 times. So now when I will execute this program, now we have printed get recursion limit, and this now the recursion limit is set to 1500. So now when we will call hello, so it would be printed 1500 times. And if you want to verify whether recursion take place 1500 times or not, you can simply set a counter. So let's say we set a counter I is equals to 1 at just before calling this function, just before defining this function, and inside this function, let's say I plus equals to 1. So every time this function will be called, the value of I will be increased by 1. And every time hello will be printed, then value of I would be also printed just after it. So now we can execute this program, but the only thing we have to write here is global I. We will talk about global variable in another video, but if we want to access in a recursion, if we want to access a variable which is not defined inside the function, then we have to write this global I, because we are defining that this I is a global variable. So we will be talking about this concept of global variable in any other video, but in this video, let's just verify if the loop is working 1500 times or not. So now as you can see, we have a counter after every hello. So this counter started with 1, as you can see, hello. So it started with 2. It was my bad actually, because every time the function ran, the value was incremented. So counter started with hello, and let's see when it ends. It's a lot, and here it is, 1000, 1200, 1000, and here it is, 1497 times. So it is approximately 1500 times. So this is just to check whether or not recursion is taking place the number of times to which you have set the limit. So this is the concept of recursion, that if you call a function inside that function only, so if a function call itself, this is called recursion, and you can set a recursion limit, you can get the recursion limit. And also this was a very basic program and it was just kind of useless. But in the upcoming videos, we'll be talking about some programs in which recursion can just make a program really easy. So stay tuned to this playlist on Python 3.9 tutorials. If you like this video, then please leave a like. If you have any doubt, write in the comment section, and I'll see you guys in the next one.